In this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a full tutorial for TikTok for realtors. This stuff works. I built my entire business on it, and I've helped many other people build their entire businesses on TikTok. So I'm gonna be giving you guys everything: how to use the platform, why it works, the philosophy, types of videos to shoot, how to shoot them, what equipment you need, and everything in between in this tutorial. So you're gonna wanna stick around. You don't wanna miss this. You can add at least 200 GCI to your business doing the things that I'm going to teach in this tutorial. So first things first, why TikTok? Well, number one, supply and demand. So the reason why I got on TikTok in the first place was because Gary Vee had been talking about it since 2017. And he was talking about it when it was called Musical.ly. Some of you probably don't even know that. It had a different name before it was TikTok. And the reason why Gary Vee had been talking about TikTok was because he knew it was going to be an easy platform to grow a following on and get reach. And the reason why he knew that is because of supply and demand. So what happened back in 2017 was that TikTok came out, a bunch of people went over to TikTok and started consuming content, but all of the creators that were on Instagram didn't want to have to actually change over and learn TikTok. So a bunch of new creators emerged on TikTok, and they were getting views really, really easy because there was all this demand for the content, but no supply. There wasn't very many people creating it on the platform. So as an example, if I'm the only person posting videos on Instagram, but there's 10 billion users, I am gonna show up on every single person's feed who has Instagram, and my video is gonna get 10 billion views, assuming everybody uses the app. Why? Because I don't have any competition to actually show up on somebody else's feed. So why is it important to understand this? Because algorithms, everything, all these algorithms on every platform are put in place to show the content that is in high demand, that there is demand for. So if you're talking about topics that don't have demand or stuff that people just straight up don't care about, your videos aren't gonna get views, right? So that's the first thing with supply and demand. The second thing is a myth that supply and demand will debunk is, what time of day should I post? Well, it doesn't matter when you post, because I've had videos go viral at 11 p.m. at night. And the reason why is, yes, there's less people consuming the content at 11 p.m. There's also less people creating it at 11 p.m. So it always evens out due to supply and demand. Two, in the normal economy, we transact supply and demand via money. On social media, we transact supply and demand via attention, and there's overvalued and undervalued attention. You can do deals, door knocking, cold calling, having, paying money for flyers, bus bench ads. All of these things work. It's just overvalued attention, right? Sending out 3,000 flyers to a neighborhood costs like $800, and how many people are actually pick up that flyer and look at it? When you can post a video on TikTok completely for free that gets tens of thousands of views. When you weigh, what's the undervalued attention here? I think it's pretty easy to see that TikTok is very undervalued attention. Now, some of the attention doesn't go as deep. If I were to pick up the phone and ask for 15 seconds of your attention, sure, our conversation is going to go a little bit deeper, but you can get attention at scale on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. So knowing that attention equals currency and knowing that social media is the easiest way to garner attention, I think you should definitely be on social media, and TikTok is probably the easiest platform to grow a following from absolutely nothing. So number three, we have inbound leads. I do not deal with cold leads. I don't even know how people do this, to be honest with you. I deal with warm and hot leads, and that's it. And the beautiful thing about warm and hot leads is that they call me when they're pretty much ready to buy or they're thinking of buying, and they already trust me. I don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of calling somebody up cold, having a terrible conversation with them not being interested, and then me setting a reminder in my calendar every 3 months to call them back and bug them again in hopes to eventually convert them to a warm lead and work them up that funnel. By the time they call me, they're already at the bottom of that funnel. So that's the beautiful thing about TikTok. Number four, like I said, it's freaking free, dude. This is literally free. Why would you not be using this if it is free? Why are you paying money for Facebook ads when this is literally a free Facebook ad? Number five, like I said, I don't need to set reminders to follow up with people, because the way I follow up with cold leads is by posting another video. By the time they're warm, they reach out to me, right? Or I make things like free lead captures and stuff like that where people can opt in to get the free pre-sale cheat sheet. And then, you know, I'm hitting them with emails, right? So it's like all the follow-up that I do with these cold leads is not me actually taking time out of my day to call them and bug them, to just let them know like, yo, just want to remind you, I am a realtor. The videos are doing that for me. The email blasts are doing that for me. And I don't need to worry about doing that. And then number 6, what's so powerful about TikTok in comparison to Instagram is TikTok's algorithm works in a way where it pushes your content out locally before it pushes your content out nationally or internationally. So if you post enough content on TikTok, pretty much everybody in your local market is going to know who you are and see you and recognize you when you go to the store or the gym or whatever. And that's the beautiful thing about TikTok is it's like a bus bench on steroids that is free. And that is why I think every single realtor should be using TikTok. So now getting into the next portion, I'm that agent Kelly. I closed 57 deals my first year in the industry, shooting 2 videos a day on TikTok. That's all I did. I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have a videographer. I didn't have anything. I pulled out my phone completely raw, no equipment, nothing. I shot 2 TikTok videos a day. It was about 57 deals my first year, and it was just under $400,000 in net commissions. I think it was $383,000, and then one deal didn't close actually because the market crashed, and that was about $30,000 in commissions. So it was about $350,000 at the end of the year just off of TikTok. And as an example here, here's a video of mine that has 53,000 views and 700 shares. And again, completely raw, no editing. There's like a picture of a pre-sale on the back. This is one of my, I guess you'd call him students. He's an agent that used to be on my team, taught him everything that I know about property tours. He ran with it. He's closed 12 deals in the last 6 months, posting once a day, and it's just under $100,000 in net commissions. Now, this isn't his only deals, right? Like he gets, you know, family, friends, and sphere deals and referrals and blah, blah, blah. He's closed 12 deals just off of TikTok, just shooting property tour videos on TikTok. So he's probably going to make well over $200,000 this year. He's young. He's in his early 20s, right? And we have Daniel Santos, another cat that was in my coaching program, right? He closed 8 deals in the last 6 months, posting once a day, property tours again. It's about $80,000 in net commissions. Again, this is not his only business. He still gets referral deals and friends and family just like everybody else, but he added an additional 8 deals just implementing what I'm teaching in this course or tutorial or whatever you want to call it, right? Bilal Salim, one of my proteges, 8 deals in 8 months, posting once a day. Again, not all of his deals, but 8 deals just from the property tours, right? He's 21 years old. So now getting into the and there's several more, but just to show you 3 of them and the results that you can get just doing this, right? Types of videos. We have the green screen video. 2, we have storytelling videos. These are a great way to not only go viral, also build your brand. Number 3, we have property tour videos. If you just did this, if you just posted 1 property tour video a day for 90 days, your business would be in a completely different place. And I know this because just like the 3 gentlemen I've showed you, I've taught this to probably 10, 15 people, and all of them that have actually done what I said have closed deals, they've seen success, they've been able to stop cold calling, they've been able to stop door knocking, and they've just ran with the property tours. So that is brainless. You don't need to think about content. You don't need to think about anything. You just need to show up to a property, smile on your face, and shoot a property tour video once a day. Number 4, market updates, pretty self-explanatory. Number 5, neighborhood city. I love the neighborhood/city videos because you don't need to know about the macroeconomic environment of Canadian real estate or American real estate. You just need to know about your city, which obviously you do because you grew up and you live in your city, right? So the beautiful thing about that is it makes you an authoritative figure in that space, right? You know your city way better than anybody who doesn't live in your city or isn't from your city. So if somebody from outside of your city is watching that video, they will listen to what you're saying because you live there, right? So any realtor can shoot these videos because they have the authority to shoot these videos because they grew up and they probably live in that city, right? Number 6, listicle videos. You could also throw pros and cons in there. Top 3 reasons to this, top 5 pros and cons of this, top 3 cons of that. A listicle is basically just a list. And for the most part, people like odd numbers. But I'm going to break all this down a little bit further into this just to give you guys some ideas. There's 6 video types that I'd recommend that you use. So starting with the green screen video. So it's a great pattern disrupt. And the reason why is people want to know what the hell is on the screen behind you when you're talking. We all know what a green screen is. I could green screen a beach behind me right now, and it looks like I'm sitting at the beach, right? You have higher viewer retention most of the time because of these green screens, because people want to know what's kind of going on in the back of the screen behind you. And, the viewer gets a visual as you're talking, right? Makes for very easy content, So like if we take a look at this video I got here, like this one has 450,000 views and 5,300 shares. And the reason why is because just look at that headline. That headline alone gets views. Kelowna deemed as most dangerous city in BC. That headline got the views. I'm just in the video, right? But then I give my opinion on it, of course, right? But some things that you can green screen are stats and charts. Headlines are great pattern disrupts, like I was saying there. Well-written copy will always disrupt a pattern very well. So yeah, any stats, any charts, there's tons of those coming out right now with the way the economy is. News articles work very, very well. And the reason why I love news articles is there are copywriters who have been paid and trained to write very eye-catching headlines, and that's all they do all day, and that's what they do for a living, right? So when you use a news article, you kind of get to like leech off of their skills in writing good copy, and then just like read the headline that they've written and then give your opinion on the news article, and then read, portions of the body of the news article and give your opinions on the portions of the body in that news article. You can go to my TikTok. You can see I shoot these all the time. They pretty much always perform really well. This one is actually an Instagram post. So I screenshotted somebody else's Instagram post and then I gave my opinion on their opinion, right? So, you can screenshot tweets, IG, Facebook posts, anything, and you can green screen and put your opinion on anything, right? Renderings of new construction. I have closed so many freaking deals doing this. It's not even funny. You just, a rendering of a new construction project coming up in your area, the starting price, talk about the terms. Oh, it's a 10% deposit. It's completing in 2026. It's built by blah, 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 reputable developer. If you're looking to pick up a unit, give me a ring. So simple. I've closed many deals doing that. And then again, photos of cities, parks, and neighborhoods. So if you're talking about a certain neighborhood in your city, maybe have a picture of, a landmark area in that neighborhood behind you just as the pattern disrupt, right? Storytelling. So like I said, brand building. Your story is your brand, and the brand builds trust. A lot of my most viral videos are stories. People love to hear stories. And yeah, I definitely think you should tell some stories in your content, and there's a certain way that you should do it, right? So, I believe that any story should be told with a problem you had and then solved. It could be any problem, but the goal is value for the viewer, right? So problems that I talk a lot about in my content is, a past career. I used to be a plumber. I used to be a smoker, drinking, drugs, being broke, being overweight. I used to be all these things. So I talk about this kind of stuff in my content, and then I give hey, this is what I was dealing with, and this is how I solved it, right? So I talk about that stuff in my content. You can talk about anecdotal stuff in the market. People love this, like the stuff that doesn't show up in stats that you would only know if you were a realtor. People love those kinds of stories. Like, hey, I had my open house this weekend. We had 35 people through all of a sudden. It was freaking crazy. The last open house I did 2 months ago, there was like 2 people, and now today there's 35. So it seems like the market's starting to pick up. Those types of anecdotal stories always do really, really well. And it could be anything. Hey, we wrote an offer and then suddenly we were in multiple offers on this thing and we ended up losing. My client was blah, blah, blah. People love to hear those stories. So if you have any stories like that, obviously don't out your client or give away information that you shouldn't be giving away, but those stories perform really, really well. Property tours. Easiest way for anyone to do deals on social media. This is a free Facebook ad. You could literally take these videos and put money into them and run them as an ad, and they would perform amazing. Does the same thing, right? So it's a free Facebook ad that you can just post one a day. You no longer need to pay for ads. Go make your own free ad, right? And if they go viral, you're going to sell homes, right? It also builds a mailing list really, really fast because, like I said, it's a free Facebook ad, but it does something better than just running ads because it's also building brand. They also see you in the video. They see you talk. They can see your personality. There's things in there that they can connect with. Maybe you make them feel something. People remember the way that you make them feel. And then when you actually talk to these people, they have a face and a voice and a name to connect with the person that's talking to them. And again, it just takes that cold lead up to at least a warmer lead, right? And doesn't require extensive investing or economic knowledge. You can just go out once a day, shoot these videos, super easy. So I recommend that you shoot presentation centers. We call them pre-sale centers. If you're in Toronto, they're pre-construction. If you're in the States, I think they call them new construction out there. But developers love free marketing. You just call them, hey, I'm gonna come by 2 p.m. and shoot a video for you guys. Is that cool? Yeah, no problem. Go shoot a video at the presentation center, edit that, post it up. Vacant listings, right? Obviously ask the realtor, hey, do you mind if I pop by your listing and shoot a video? I'll credit you in the description. Yeah, no problem. You can also do these in long form. 𝐎𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒 in Austin, Texas does this very, very well. And you can show up to open houses early and shoot before the open house starts. Obviously talk to the agent. Hey, I'm gonna be there 10 minutes early. Can I quickly run through and shoot a video? Most of the time people say yes. And after you've been doing these for a while, what ends up happening is that realtors will start calling you for you to come shoot their listing. Because if they see you're getting 4,000, 5,000 views a video, they're gonna be like, well, in their eyes, like, that's free marketing. I need to do this for my seller. So, you know, I get calls every freaking day of people wanting me to come shoot videos at their property. Obviously can't do them anymore, but you know, if you do this well, and if you do it consistently, you will do it well. You'll start having people reach out to you to come shoot their listings, and you won't have to actively find properties anymore. And to be honest with you, this won't take long at all. You can be at that stage in probably 30 days. So market updates. This is going to make you an authoritative figure in real estate. You're educating the viewer. Again, it's brand building if done right, and you're leveraging stats as calls to action. Hey, the sales ratios for townhomes are amazing right now. It's in a seller's market. However, detached is a buyer's market, and there's tons of inventory to choose from. Now is probably the perfect time to sell your townhome and upgrade into a detached home. If you're actually interested in doing that, give me a ring and we can chat about it. Boom. I just leverage stats to, you know, try, and it's like, I'm not saying anything disingenuous. If that's what the stats are actually saying, that it is a good time to upgrade, make a video on that, because like people will be like, yeah, that makes sense. I agree. This guy's smart. I'm gonna give him a call, find out how much my townhome is worth, right? So leverage stats to get people to do stuff, right? Or inform them that they can do stuff, you know? Sales ratio, months of inventory, which areas are weak, which areas are strong. Again, if an area is weak, buy opportunity. If an area is strong, sell opportunity. Which areas have gone down, which areas have gone up, market predictions, etc., right? So again, neighborhood/city videos, no brainer. Anyone can make these, and you will pick up relocation buyers. You know, I get a lot of buyers from, you know, out of town that want to buy in like areas that I often talk about. They follow my content, but they live in like the next province over, or they'll live like 2.5 hours away in the same province as me, and they like what I'm saying about a certain city, and they might want to pick up an investment property in that area. So it happens a lot, right? So, you know, if you just talk about an area often, people will associate you as the realtor with that area. And just as an idea, right, you can do top 5 parks in X city, top 3 things to do in X city, avoid this before moving to X city, the best area in X city, right? You can also copy existing YouTube titles. Like, there are thousands upon thousands of these videos on YouTube, and all you have to do is just take the title and then make it into a short form. You don't even need to watch the video. Like, literally just take the title and then put your opinion on the title, but in short form, right? Listicle videos. You can turn anything into a listicle. It increases the average watch time because people want to know what the next number in the list is, right? A listicle is basically just like, you know, as I was saying before, 3 reasons to do blank or 7 reasons to do blank. And like I was saying, for whatever reason, people like odd numbers. So if you do even numbers, for some reason, it just doesn't perform as well as if you were doing odd numbers. I don't know why, but if you go on YouTube, you'll find that 90% of these videos are all odd numbers, right? So Like I said, top 5 parks in X city, top 5 reasons to buy a pre-sale, top 3 pros and cons of living in blank, top 5 pros and cons of buying blank, right? So when we're talking about TikTok, TikTok has in recent times, like the last year and a half, has started to go more SEO based. So what they do now is something called categorizing videos. So you'll see at the top of this video, find related content. You don't want to see that, right? That means that TikTok has not categorized this video. If TikTok had categorized this video, you would see something like entrepreneurship up here, or business, or realtor, or it would have found a category for this video. So the way you get categorized up here is the algorithm needs to know what you're talking about. And the way it knows what you're talking about is literally just like transcribing what was said in the video, looking at the text, looking at the subtitles, looking at the description, looking at the hashtags. It factors everything in the video to try to figure out what it is that you're actually talking about and categorizing the video. So a lot of times I'll match the hashtags with what I'm actually saying in that video. So if I'm saying Vancouver, I might do hashtag Vancouver. If I'm saying realtor, I'll do hashtag realtor, just so it's like it matches with what I'm saying. So there's a higher chance that the algorithm knows what I'm talking about. I'll add text on the screen related to the main point of the video, right? So if I'm talking about realtor, somewhere up here in this caption, I'm going to add realtor, right? Just so it knows. And then I'm going to write, a caption or a description related to the main point of the video, right? So again, down here, I'm going to say realtor in the description, and then I'm probably going to hashtag realtor, and then I'm going to add subtitles, which I'll show you guys how to do in a little bit. And all of those things combined, hopefully the TikTok algorithm is going to figure out what you're actually saying in this video and categorize it. And the thing about videos getting categorized on TikTok now is once they are, because TikTok is becoming more search-based, your video can get views for years. I have videos that I shot 2 years ago that still get views every day. I see people liking a video that I shot like 2 years ago almost every day, just because it got categorized. If you type my city into TikTok, which is Abbotsford, BC, you will see like 20 videos of me because all of those videos got categorized. And if you type in Abbotsford, it's just going to be me down the whole page, right? So this is super powerful, especially if you're going to make neighborhood videos. Make sure they get categorized, because I find that people tend to search a lot more on TikTok these days. If I want to know some good restaurants in a city, I don't Google, I don't YouTube, I type in good restaurants in blank city in TikTok, right? Because I don't need to watch a 15-minute video. I can get everything I need to know in 30 seconds on TikTok. So for neighborhood stuff, this is amazing. TikTok is huge for this right now. So definitely hop on that. Hooks. So different hooks that you should have in the video. Ask a question, right? So this is actually, I didn't even put this in the video, but you can reply to controversial comments on TikTok. And I do this not a lot, but from time to time I will, if I have something good to say to somebody, I'll reply to their comment. And what I did is I replied to this comment is like, so you don't think that realtors encourage bidding wars for fatter commissions? Realtors cry the blues as soon as prices go down. They don't care about their clients. So I asked the question, do realtors do this? So then people are naturally going to think, do what? And then they're going to read this. So by the time they've read this and this, they're already invested like 15 seconds into this video, right? And then they're like, well, now I want to hear what this guy has to say about all this. So for that reason, this video ended up performing well. I think it went well over 10,000 views. But the first one is just simply asking a question. The next one, shocking statement. You've been doing it wrong this whole time. Right off the bat, you're like, what have I been doing wrong, right? Storytelling hook. I went from blank to blank in 2 years. I went from $0 to 57 deals in my first year. That's a shocking statement, or a storytelling hook, right? Statistics hook. 90% of realtors fail in their first year. Super easy statistic, right? The proof hook. I made $353,000 shooting specifically this one type of video. Another proof hook, right? Personal connection. When I was plumbing, I drank way too much, right? A lot of people will connect with that. They're like, hey, I'm in the trades and I probably drink way too much too, right? In fact, a lot of my clients are from the trades, and a lot of my clients used to smoke cigarettes because I talk a lot about that kind of stuff, right? And then next, every video you shoot, almost every video, unless it's like super, super intense, should have some music, right? So, I have like a portfolio of instrumentals or songs that I like on TikTok, and then you favorite them and you save them, and then you have a bunch of them to choose from whenever you shoot a video. So I always add a sound and I turn it down to about 15 to 20% of the original sound, which you can see right here. Here's the added sound, which is the music. Here's me talking, right? And I turn it down to 15 to 20%. That way you can hear the instrumental in the background. Just more engaging. It also sets the tone of the video, whether it's upbeat or it's serious or it's sad or whatever. You find the instrumental that fits and it keeps the viewer more engaged. It also makes the viewer more emotional towards the video. And just overall, I think it completes the video. So definitely add music. Captions, aka subtitles. You can see on the right side of the screen here, there's the captions. You might have to click this little down arrow to actually reveal the captions button, but any video except property tours should have these. Property tours, I just use captions, CapCut to add the captions. Like you can see right here, like this is in CapCut where it says cash. But if I'm just doing a raw talking video, I use the captions in the actual TikTok app. And the reason why is 80% of viewers consume content without sound. So they'll be sitting on the couch beside their significant other who's watching TV like I do, and they just watch their phone with no sound at all, and they read the subtitles. It also increases your average watch time and overall viewer engagement. It also increases your chances of getting your video categorized like we talked about earlier. So definitely add some captions. I like to change the color of mine and then I make them smaller and I kind of drag them down somewhere, not right in the middle, but just like below. So descriptions. So you're going to use language that helps you get categorized, as I was speaking before, as I was telling you guys before. I like to use 3 to 5 hashtags. I've seen people spam like 50 hashtags. Honestly, I don't know which one works better. I'm just going to tell you what I do, and this is what I've always done, and it's worked amazing for me. 3 to 5 hashtags, and just very relevant to whatever it is you're saying in the video. If I'm talking about real estate as a whole on a investing basis that could apply to anybody who purchases real estate, I'm going to hashtag real estate. If I'm talking about real estate in Vancouver, then I might hashtag Vancouver and maybe some surrounding areas in Vancouver. So yeah, basically, all the hashtags you use and the descriptions that you use, you should use that same verbiage actually speaking in the video so they sync up, and then, TikTok knows how to categorize your video, right? So like here I have Airbnb, 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 and look, it got categorized Airbnb. I think this video is well over 20,000 views now. So the beautiful thing about social media is there's so many apps that you can post on. With one video, you can 4x the exposure. So you can re-upload your TikTok videos to other platforms simply by clicking the 3 dots in the bottom right of your post and clicking Save Video. Re-upload it to Facebook Reels, re-upload it to YouTube Shorts, re-upload it to Instagram, and then you've gotten, with the same video, got 4 times the reach on 4 different platforms. So with that one video, you have 4 videos. It's pretty amazing, right? You could even put it on LinkedIn and Twitter if you wanted to. You could put it everywhere, right? But Facebook Reels is surprisingly pretty good. So I would definitely dabble with Facebook Reels and Instagram at the very least. So how to never run out of content. Because always people are like, yeah, sure, I want to start this, but I don't even know what content to make. Again, property tours. Just go shoot more property tours, right? Book more showings at more property. Go to more pre-construction centers and just shoot more property tours. You can literally shoot 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in a freaking day and then edit them throughout the week. And you have your whole week of content from one day of shooting. So property tours are amazing. Very easy to never run out of content. But next, if you're really struggling with it, you should have 3 pillars in your content that you talk about that people associate your brand with. So as an example, mine are real estate. I talk about buying real estate, selling real estate investing. I talk about realtors, like how to help realtors, social media with realtors, problems that realtors have, current events in the realtor world, just realtor as a business. I talk about that. And then I talk about self-actualization, which is basically the process of becoming the best version of yourself. So that's like going to the gym, quitting smoking, quitting drinking, self-educating, like all these things that make you better. I talk about that in my content. And what's really, really going to build your brand is not just talking about one of these things, but if you can connect these pillars and make comparisons. So as an example, I'll talk about how quitting drinking makes you a better realtor, right? Now I just connected self-actualization and realtors, right? I've connected things like real estate and self-actualization because I have this one stupid analogy where I'm like, hey, the Canadian economy is basically a guy who just did way too much steroids and now he's on post-cycle therapy. That's me connecting self-actualization and real estate, right? I would only know about the guy who did way too much steroids and what happens if you do that by actually researching going to the gym and taking steroids, right? So that is a pretty ridiculous analogy, but regardless, right, having knowledge in both of these areas and being able to connect those ideas is a brand building exercise because there's people out there who are interested in real estate and they're interested in going to the gym. And when you make content that connects both of those interests, instantly those people are going to love you. You're going to go so much deeper with those people. Are going to be like, yo, this guy likes real estate and he goes to the gym. I like both of those things too. There's no other creators doing that. This guy talks about real estate. This guy talks about real estate. This guy talks about stocks. I've never met anyone that's connected real estate and the gym before. That's amazing. I'm gonna follow this guy. So if you can have those three pillars and you can intertwine them and connect them, that will build a brand so fast, it's crazy. So if you're experiencing writer's block, go to YouTube, which I'm gonna show you how powerful this is. So check this out, right? I pulled up this guy's YouTube, living in Portland, Oregon, right off the bat. If I go to his videos and I click popular, I can get a list of topics that I already know are performing well and they've been proven and tested, right? Avoid moving to Oregon unless you can handle these 10 facts, 68,000 views, right? So I can make that exact video for my city and I can do it in long form and short form. It's a proven idea. It works. I can just redo it for my city using my experiences and my perspective and my opinions, and it should perform well. Top 10 worst neighborhoods to live in Portland, Oregon. Top 5 pros and cons of living in Portland, Oregon. You can literally just go through this guy's YouTube and make all of these videos for every neighborhood or every city or every sub area in your local market, and you would probably have enough content for the next 2 years. Another example, right? Steve Karish in my local market, he's a real estate guy. How to spot a bad condo floor plan before it's too late. Again, you could do this as a green screen on TikTok or Instagram and point out, on the screen behind you why the floor plan is bad. Bank of Canada is about to bankrupt 35% of Canadians. I don't even need to watch this video. I can just take this title, which is a proven framework, and give my opinion on why Bank of Canada could actually bankrupt 35% of Canadians. This is an old video from 2 years ago. Maybe don't copy this title, but I'm just using this as an example that you can literally go through any of your favorite creators' pages and steal their title frameworks and just replace like 2 words to make it relevant to your one of your pillars of content, right? You don't need to come up with anything new. All you have to do is make sure that you have a fresh perspective on that idea. So, just so I don't plagiarize or I don't rinse and repeat ideas that are out there, I won't even watch these videos. I'll just take the title and be like, hey, that's a good idea. And then I'll talk about whatever's in that title a lot of the time, right? And this is like, if I'm having a really bad day where I can't think of anything at all, I'll go on YouTube and within 2 minutes, I'll have an idea for a video that I can shoot, and it's super simple. And here's my page, right? Fraser Valley Real Estate is in big trouble. So that one did really well, 11K views. So, you can do the same thing for your market. If your market is, rising at 100% inventory and interest rates are absolutely destroying families and everybody in your neighborhood, then you could do, Chicago, Illinois real estate is in big trouble because we know that is a proven framework. We know that works already. We know there's demand for that idea. Right? The algorithm wants to show that idea to people. So just remake it in your own words and your own perspective about your own market, and it should perform well, right? Again, some of my best videos, moving to Abbotsford, BC, 5 facts you must know, Abbotsford, BC's coolest neighborhood. These are This one's a vlog tour, me just driving around my city. It's one of my best performing videos. So stuff like that. You could literally do this whole video on a gimbal if you wanted to. I had my videographer, but you could do it with a gimbal, and I have done it with a gimbal. So again, if you ever have writer's block, you don't know what to talk about, just go to your favorite creators and literally copy an exact idea that they already did, change 2 words, and then give your perspective on that idea, right? You don't need to come up with anything new. There are pretty much no new ideas. Like, there's a statistic out there that like 98% of movies that come out today are just a remake of another movie idea that was already made like 20 years in the past. It's not about making new ideas. It's about having a fresh perspective on existing ideas is what it's about. So how do you get started? Post 1 to 3 times a day, never less and never miss. And the reason why you are going to post at the very least 1 time a day is because it removes the negotiation, right? If you say, I'm going to post 5 times a week, you know what happens? You're going to be like, oh, I don't have to post today because I still have another day this week, and then I can post on Tuesday and I can blah, blah, blah. You completely remove that negotiation with yourself. That doesn't even happen if you just have to post every day. If you have to post every day, you just post every day. There's no negotiation. It's just, today is a day, I have to post. I did not miss a single day from posting on social media until about my 34th month in real estate. I posted every single freaking day for nearly 3 years. And I wasn't just posting once. I was posting like 2 to 5 times a day, every single day for nearly 3 years. So if I can do it, you can do it. There's absolutely zero reason why you can't just post a freaking video every day. I used to be a plumber and work in other people's shit for 14 hours a day and make freaking $100,000. And now I'm making like 3 or 4 times that just for posting a fucking TikTok video. Like, it blows my mind that people can't just post 1 freaking video a day to completely change your life forever. 1 video. People recognize consistency. I'll tell you a story. I go to the gym every day with my 2 brown friends, Raj and Nav. They're like tall guys. They're wearing the turban and everything. And we went every morning, right? For months and months and months, we went every morning, right? And then one day, he's in Winnipeg for the day, so he didn't come to the gym with me and Nav. And then this random guy who we've never even talked to comes up to us and he's like, where's your buddy, man? He's like, I see you guys here every freaking day. He finally missed a day or what? And we're like, no, he's just in Winnipeg, blah, blah, blah. But after that moment, I realized, I'm like, dude, this random guy in the gym who we've literally never even talked to once, I don't even think I've ever even seen him here or noticed him here, realized how consistent we were. He recognized the consistency. So what do you think happens when you post on social media every day? All of these people, realtors, clients, everyone sees the hustle. They see how hard you work. They see you there every single day, and they start to gain respect for you. Right? Some people may not like your content. They may not like what you're doing, but they damn well will respect the fact that you're there every day and you're putting out the content, right? So when you post every single day, beautiful things happen. You do not need equipment. Today I have a videographer that costs me thousands of dollars a month. But for the first 2 years, I had nothing. I didn't even have a gimbal. I didn't have a mic. I literally pulled out my phone like this and I shot the video completely raw, and I added the captions, the music, the description, and I posted it. And that was it. You don't need anything. That's all you need. If you're shooting property tours, you should get a gimbal, 100%. They're less than $200. I use the DJI Osmo 6. Pretty sure I have an affiliate link in the description. If you want to make me like $3, go ahead and use that. But that's all you need, right? If you're going to shoot property tours, you should go get a gimbal anyways. Just go buy a gimbal. But other than that, you don't need anything. Nothing. Right? There's literally zero reason why you couldn't immediately hop off of this video and shoot and post a video within the next 10 minutes. There's literally zero freaking reason. There's no reason why you shouldn't start this immediately after this video. Pull out your phone, go look at a YouTube title and shoot the freaking video and upload and post it. See what happens. So, again, pull out your camera, shoot the video, post it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's that simple. Now, if you feel like you need some help with this, You can join my inner circle using the link below, where I will work with you on inputting the information, the implementation of the information that you learned today, and the nuances and how that information specifically applies to your situation. So you can join using the link below. Other than that, I'm that Agent Kelly. I'm making moves to move you. Peace.